Welcome in, everyone, to another episode of Shoujo Podcast, where I, Sarah, as always, introduce my co-host and bestie, Joe, to Shoujo Anime. And our current series we're covering is Revolutionary Girl Utena. But before we get into that, let's catch up on life and hobbies and any other relevant or irrelevant things we want to talk about while we have you guys, our audience, captive.
Yeah. You can't say no to whatever we're about to talk about. I guess you can skip forward.
Turn off our podcast and never come back.
That's true. All you can do is remove us from the audio stream. What have I been doing? I started Gundam Seed, the seediest Gundam.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Is it?
No, I mean, I don't know. I've only watched the first 2 episodes. It's fine. It's like, what if we did First Gundam again, kind of, but there's a bunch more characters and it's all Digipaint.
Okay.
And I'm like, all right.
I can see the appeal of more characters if each character has a Gundam robot, and then that's more merch you can sell.
That's true. I don't know if that's going to happen. I assume that's going to happen. The opening has a lot of characters in it, and they got little mechs. So, you know. Here we go. I've never seen this. I don't know anything about Gundam Seed, but here we are. So that's exciting.
How many more series are there after that available?
How many more
What are you going to do with your life when you're caught? When you've watched all of Gundam, what are you going to do?
I don't know.
We can talk about it on the podcast.
I won't have anything to talk about because I'll just do nothing. I'll just be staring at the wall evermore. But no. Yeah. Something. Anyway, so I've been watching that. That's been pretty good. You know.
Nice.
I've been thinking about relearning some programming stuff. I used to do these programming competitions in high school where you'd like solve these different problems. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I was thinking about doing some more of that again. Even though...
Is there prize money?
No. This is just for practice.
Then what would you do? Oh, okay.
This is just for building skills, you know? While everybody else is going to be using Claude Code or whatever to build something, I will actually understand how things work. Ha ha ha.
Weren't you just saying how you're like, oh, my whole degree, what a waste, blah, 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 a couple episodes ago.
That's true. But it turns out my degree was very good to get because you still need to understand how programs work to tell the AI to code you the programs that you need, which I don't think people are going to do. And we're going to live in an era of garbage code forever. But I'm not going to think about that. I'm not going to think about AI. I'm going to think about, I don't know, something else. What else is happening? What's going on with you? Any news?
Card came out, right? That people are being all, DLSS 5 or something.
Oh my God, you're immediately bringing up another AI thing. I can't believe you.
Okay,
yeah, the thing that like yassifies everybody, the thing that like AI hallucinates every face into being like a Instagram filter and looks like shit.
Mm-hmm. Okay. I finished a puzzle. I finished a 1,000-piece puzzle finally. That took forever.
That's good.
I watched the One Piece live action season 2. Zoro gets beefier.
That's pretty good.
Everyone's saying swear words now. It feels like Transformers 2, where it's like, ooh, we're edgy now. We're saying bad words. Mm-hmm. Even Little Chopper.
Okay, you did kind of leave me hanging on the DLSS 5 thing.
Oh, I don't know. I just said it because I know that that's a thing that is a buzz. I don't really know that much about it. I just threw it out there. You added some context. That's all I got.
I immediately got mad about it.
Joe's a good. If you're unsure about how to feel about something, just bring the topic up to Joe, and whatever his reaction is, that's what you should go with. Joe is my source of truth and morality.
Don't outsource your opinions. Don't outsource your opinions.
I feel like I've done it. Well, no, let's see. I feel like there's times on the podcast where I like felt away, and then I was like, with Jurassic Park 3, you turned me around on that a bit.
Yeah,
I stood my ground on my happy marriage about.
That's true. And you made some, it was all valid points, I don't think you need to change your opinion. I'm not here to try to change your opinion on stuff. But through talking with other people, it helps form your opinion on things. So when I say that this AI filter they put on video games make them look very stupid, make them look like Instagram glamour things, that's just true.
However they've made the game, I'm assuming that's the way they want the game to be seen. Although I guess modding's a whole thing, but at least
that's true.
That is made by hand typically.
But usually when you mod something, you do it on purpose. It's not some AI program just making up whatever the hell it feels like making up.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, that's like people ask us if we'll ever add like custom ball design or like give people the ability to make things in our game. It's like, nah, I think we're doing a good job at that. No need to worry, folks. We've got it covered. You don't have to have. They just accept things as they are sometimes if it's someone else's creation.
Yeah.
Went to the Twitch Texas meetup thing that was happening because South by Southwest is going on. That was good. I got a friggin' Twitch pillow. And reconnected with some folks. Talked to the guy who said he was going to listen to our very first episode and our most recent episode, and it turns out he really did. And
wow,
basically just said that our podcast is a podcast where it's like you're listening into friends talking about something. So, and I was like, yeah, I normally don't like those kind of podcasts myself, but.
I mean, that is literally what we're doing.
Podcast I'm making, yes, and yes. Well, hopefully, yeah. It's.
I also do an entire summary in the middle of it, which would be kind of off-putting if you thought you were just. I don't do this in my normal interactions with people. I don't do this with my friends. I don't just start summarizing things by bullet point.
No.
Maybe I should.
No.
You think I'd make more friends if I just suddenly being like, you guys watch? I watched Lord of the Rings. Bullet point 1. We get a flashback on the war between whatever, and that guy's finger gets cut off. Imagine if I could just do that on command all the time.
That'd be funny. I think you seemingly have plenty of friends, or like you don't have the time capacity to have. I don't know. I was just talking about friendship last night.
Oh.
And even the person I'm talking to was like, yeah, you should make friends. Like,
wow. Oh my God. Were you like, yeah, a new slot just opened up. Hang up.
No, just like they were like, oh, I think it'd be great for you to make more friends. Because basically I was saying like, oh, I kind of, well, in my mind, it's like you can only have one best friend. That's what makes them the best. And they're all like, now you have
It's me.
You have like a best friend for this and a best friend for that. And nah. I don't know. Yeah, wow. I need to get out more. I've been in a lay in bed and play Coral Island slump for a few weeks now. I need to do something.
Yeah.
Last week it was running. I ran a bunch last week.
That's good.
Or no, not last week. The week before. Last week we did not do that.
Right.
We've already lost it. I don't know. Yeah, work stuff. I've been productive at work, and maybe that's just zapping my energy for doing extracurricular. Is I'm actually being a good, productive employee. I don't know.
Good. Yay. Working.
Yeah.
We all love that here at the Shoujo podcast. We love labor. Yeah. That's good.
Yeah. Is it cold there? You are wearing the loveliest little sweater cardigan thing.
It is cold here. It's like been crazy windy for like 3 days.
It's so windy here.
Yeah.
It's like I'm in Lubbock again.
And then it's gotten cold. So then it like snows a little bit, but it's like a little tiny bit because it's not really raining. It's just like bringing moisture down. It's really weird. So there was last weekend I was walking around outside. Today, nope, back inside.
No.
And that's March. That's March for you.
That's what March should be. Freaking gonna be like 85 tomorrow. I had 2 days of pleasant. This sucks.
It's just over.
Welcome back. If you're a new listener and you've been like, oh, Sarah seems happy, that's because it was not summer. And now this is the time of year where at the start of every podcast, I'm just going to bitch and moan about how hot it is and how I don't belong here. And Joe's going to offer solutions. And I'm going to be like, I'm too poor to leave.
You're
so
right.
I'm just going to rot away.
I will no longer offer solutions. You do deserve to be there. This is your divine punishment. Yep. I'm going to be affirming. Is that nice? Does that feel good?
No.
Dang.
I keep seeing, or I don't know, my Instagram reels are now like people who are doing social media making money. It's like, I started my foot account as a joke, but now I make so much money off of it. I'm like, that's not an option for me. I don't have cute feet.
Do you think that's real?
Barney Rubble feet.
I just watched a Netflix. What is it? There's a Netflix documentary about the manosphere. I watched this by what's his place? Netflix Manosphere.
What's his place?
Louis Theroux goes inside the manosphere documentary. I watched that for some reason.
Is manosphere like a movement? We've talked about this already. I've forgotten. Is this just like the weird man culture of right now?
Yeah.
Okay,
this is like.
Oh wait. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
What's it called again?
Manosphere.
Okay, sorry, continue. Tell us all about it and what you learned. Has it changed you?
No, I mean, I kind of already knew stuff about the manosphere. Basically, it's a bunch of dudes who pretend to be super, like, well, I guess they are actually rich now, but like rich and successful and be like, oh, you don't need to, you can have one-way monogamy where your wife is faithful to you, but you can have as many girlfriends as you want and like do that stuff. But really what they're doing is they're just making influencer videos and then they're just like hawking crypto or whatever scam bullshit onto all their followers. And that's basically the whole thing.
Okay, so like girl math videos is the female equivalent of this.
Yeah, maybe? But this one's much more like misogynist and anti-Semitic and overtly right-wing
thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's like you can't get a girlfriend because you're a baited cuck or some bullshit. Yep. And the documentary was pretty good because like Louis Theroux just like goes and is like a normal person and just has normal conversations with them and they all freak out because they're all like weird lonely losers who like clearly like everybody around them clearly does not like them.
Yep.
And are just there because of money, which also describes like every billionaire ever. So maybe that's why things are the way they are. But that was a pretty good documentary. That was pretty fun.
Okay. Nice.
Why did I bring? Oh yeah, I said the manosphere because I was making fun of Sionji because Sionji would be watching Toga's videos, totally. Toga's manosphere influencer videos, 100%. Yeah,
100%. Oh man, no, yeah, neither of them are in it. This is the girl show now. Little male presence.
Yep.
In the show,
Black Rose Saga.
That's right. I know. Even though we've got the Black Rose Boys or whatever their band name is.
Yeah, the Black Rose Boys. Yeah. Should we get into it?
Boys. Yeah, let's do it.
All right. Revolutionary Girl Utena. We're going to start with some voice actors for our main people in these episodes. The voice of Shiori Takasugi is Kumiko Nishihara. She is originally a theater actor, which I thought was kind of interesting, but then kind of transitioned to voice acting. She's Iris. I don't know how to say this last name from Sakura Wars. I'm not even going to attempt it. I've never played Sakura Wars, so I don't know.
Chateaubriand.
Yeah, that sounds right.
Oh, yeah,
I don't even know what Sakura Wars is about.
Me neither. Is that the one like a Bunny or Fox Girl and it's like a movie or something?
Okay, well, look, Sakura
Anyways,
Wars.
No, sorry.
Hold on,
Joe,
we're going to see.
I don't know anything about it. Sarah, Joe, tell me about it.
Japanese steampunk media franchise. What?
Oh, no. I'm thinking of Summer Wars, I think.
You're thinking of Summer Wars.
Maybe? Is that a thing?
The year is around 1920s and the darkness of the demons have arrived. Now, only the people with large amounts of spiritual energy can save the Earth. The Flower Division is going to be sent out to destroy the demons, for they're our only hope for survival with their new steam-powered machines and unique flying techniques. That sounds cool, I guess.
Can confirm I was talking about Summer Wars, and it's like a bunny girl, it looks like, and that's a movie.
It's a video game. This is a video game. They got mechs that look like they sword fight, maybe, so that's kind of cool.
Yeah. Okay, this isn't okay. Soccer. Well,
everyone's wearing like
cute.
like Prince outfits too. They all got coattails. All right. Well, that's interesting, I guess. Yep. So she's in that.
Okay.
She's also Deanna in Sailor Moon S, which is one of the cats. I guess there's a third cat I didn't know about.
Oh.
Yep.
Interesting.
And she's Perona in One Piece. There's like other stuff, but I didn't know any of it was, so I didn't put it on here. But she has a lot of other roles. She plays a lot of mascots. She's played a lot of like really high pitched character voices.
Nice.
Yeah. So that's that. Our second voice actress is the voice actress for Mitsuru Tsuwabuki, who is Akiko Yajima. I don't know why I had trouble saying that. Yajima. She is the voice of Shinnosuke Nohara from Crayon Shin-chan. She's Shin-chan.
Oh, okay.
In everything. The 100 gajillion episodes of Shin-chan and movies.
I was going to say that's been around for a long time.
Oh, yeah. She's Pino in Ergo Proxy. She's Rickert in Berserk. She's Maya Amino in Persona 2. She's Kohaku in Inuyasha.
Woohoo.
She's
won't die.
Yeah. She's Relena Peacecraft in Gundam Wing, and she's Kevin McAllister in Home Alone because she does voices of like boys mostly.
Nice. Yeah, I was gonna say it seems like a lot of young boys.
Yes, she seems to be the go-to for young boy voices.
Oh, she got this is the
kid,
elementary school girl, right? Yeah.
No, this is the boy.
Oh, this is the boy.
Yeah.
Okay. Oh, right.
Mitsuru.
You're right. Okay.
Tsuwabuki.
Okay, here we go. Look. I was worried the gags were gone. They're here. They're back.
Oh, yeah. You were like, how are we going to be like not serious? Or like, are we going to be like, it just seems so dark and like stuff. But let me tell you, episode 16 of Revolutionary Girl Utena is called The Cowbell of Happiness. We open on the Prince tale again. After which we cut to Anthe watching a late night television show about Sebastian Dior jewelry. We cut to a party where Nanami is throwing to show off a new 20-carat diamond pendant. And she's also like decked out in her best jewelry and stuff like that. Cause I don't know. Do people hold parties like this? You're a girl. Do people host parties like this?
I'm not getting invited to them if they are.
Juri shows up looking very stylish because she has a one-of-a-kind Soila Rich necklace that she got from modeling for them, which I guess is some other designer. Nanami's like, shit. Juri's upstaging me. What? Were you gonna say something?
No, I was gonna say I've never heard that one. I'm assuming the Dior is like actual Dior. I don't know what the Dior brand that like in real life Dior. I was like, I don't
think it's Sebastian. I don't think that's. I think they made it up.
Christian Dior.
It's Christian Dior. Yeah, Christian Dior. That's who it is. I think. Yeah, I think they're just made up.
Spoofy town. Okay.
Nanami's like, oh shit, Juri's upstaging me. I can't reveal my pendant now. What am I gonna do? And then she gets an unexpected delivery of a chest with a Sebastian Dior logo on it. Nanami's like, who's Sebastian Dior? And Mickey explains who it is. He's like a designer. Nanami's like, oh, perfect. And she calls attention to herself to unveil her Sebastian Dior piece. And she opens the box and it radiates light. And she opens it fully to reveal that it is a cowbell.
It's huge.
It's huge. An enormous cowbell. Everyone's like, what the hell? A Sebastian Dior cowbell? And Nanami's like, they're all speechless. And then she does like the most Ojo-sama laugh she's done so far. As everybody wonders why she got a cowbell. We cut to the next day at school where Nanami is wearing the cowbell. Everybody thinks it's weird, including Utena, who talks to Mickey about it. Their teacher stops Nanami to ask what she's wearing, and she's like, it's a cowbell. And the teacher is so astonished that Nanami just leaves.
She is. Okay, so while she's standing in as president, I guess she's just wearing her night outfit. She's not using her school uniform anymore.
Yep, she's just all yellow all the time. We see Nanami going about her day wearing a cowbell, and everybody is confused by this and wonders if she's doing a bit or something. They're like, why is this happening? It's lunchtime, and Nanami reflects on how she's the talk of the school, but doesn't really seem to understand why. Mitsuru brings Nanami some food, because he's still doing that, and asks why she's wearing a cowbell. He's like, isn't that for cows? But then Nanami explains that her Sebastian Dior cowbell is not weird, it's fashionable. He just doesn't understand because he's a kid. You're such a kid, Mitsuru. Remember that for a couple more. That's foreshadowing, I guess.
I guess so, yes.
Utena appears and backs up Mitsuru. She's like, it is weird. And Nanami says that Utena has no place to talk because she's not stylish at all, and they get into a fight. We cut to Nanami having a dream where she wakes up in a barn and Toga feeds her hay and tells her that it's her final meal. And then we cut to him eating a steak, and then Nanami wakes up. Nanami goes to school with the cowbell again. People start talking about how she's kind of changed. She's like more chill now and eats more, and also she's just kind of generally slower
or docile.
We get a scene where Mitsuru tells her to stop eating and go to class because she eats like 5 sandwiches, and then she just immediately goes to sleep.
But also, if a girl wants to eat a second lunch, my guy, don't be like, I can't believe you're eating again. Like,
yeah,
not great.
It's not great. I mean, like, she does, this is like her literally turning into a cow. But it does just kind of come across as some kid telling a girl not to eat, which I think is funny. Anyway, she also starts saying the syllable mo a lot. Like a cow, like she's mooing. We cut to her showing her friends some new bows that she got that makes it look like she has horns.
Cute.
Nanami starts mooing constantly and everybody hates it. That's my next bullet point.
Yeah. It is constant.
Later that night, Mitsuru goes to Utena and Anthy's room, and he tells them that Nanami had called out to him to bring her food, but then he like tried to get it to her, but then she just went missing. He lost track of her at night in the park. They go out to find Nanami sitting in a field eating some grass and are horrified.
This is so abrupt. I was like, oh, we're just somewhere else entirely all of a sudden in the field.
Yeah, well, speaking of out of nowhere, the Kogai Shadow Troop just suddenly appears out of nowhere. Just not even... The background just appears, like the window still, while they're outside in a field. They do a skit about a mouse family, where one of the mice tells their family they put a bell around the cat's neck, but we find out that that's a lie, and that the mouse is in league with the cat, who betrays them and then eats her, the mouse. And Anthy comments that you reap what you sow.
Ooh, Anthy Compton.
Yeah, Anthy's saying stuff now.
Freaking Anthy. She's in on everything.
She sure is. We cut to Nanami in a field with cows. Utena shows up and tells her to take the bell off, but Nanami doesn't want to. Eventually, Utena is able to explain that the bell isn't a Sebastian Dior cowbell. It's actually a Cowstian Dior cowbell. Also, cowbells are for cows, and you've been acting like a cow ever since you put it on, so like maybe stop doing that. How do we like Calbastian Dior? Or Cowstian Dior?
I mean, there's a lot of knockoff things, so why not?
True.
A cow knockoff of a designer jewelry brand.
Yeah. Anthy, this entire episode has been knitting a sweater in the background, and she finally finishes and gives it to Utena, but it's red, and this activates Nanami's cow senses, and she transforms into a literal cow. And
they're like cutting around her like it's like shameful almost to show her in her cow entirety.
Yeah. How do we like cow Nanami?
She goes for it.
She goes for it. Utena does some matador moves against cow Nanami, and then she gets a pitchfork and cuts the bell off of Nanami as if she's doing a duel. And Nanami transforms back into a human. At a student council meeting, Juri comments that Nanami is pathetic for being obsessed with brand names while she's wearing like 10 pieces of jewelry, in what I thought was the funniest sequence of the episode.
Yeah, that was funny.
Back at the farm, Anthy visits her friend, a cow that she's named Nanami. And Utena's like, oh, their mail must have gotten mixed up. Anthy comments that she's expecting a nose ring to arrive for the cow soon. And we cut to Nanami going to the student council meeting. But before we can pan up to her face, we cut to credits.
Dang. I like that each episode ends with to be continued, even if it's not a direct continuation of this plot.
Yeah, even if it's like this clearly not going to be continued.
Nope. Yeah, I mean, we get to see more of, I guess, the Three Musketeers of what's left of the student council. Juri gets to be a little funny in this. Freaking Anthy, I feel like this is some like revenge against Nanami for slapping her constantly, which is valid.
That's fair.
Yeah, it's to give a red sweater to get her in a fight with Utena.
Yeah. Yep. This is an episode about how Nanami turns into a cow from Ring a Bell. It's kind of fun.
Uh-huh.
For some reason, I really remember this. Out of all the episodes of Revolutionary Girl Utena from my first round, I remembered this one the most for some reason.
It really stuck with you.
Like, it's not like in the like continuum of zany episodes. This isn't the zaniest one. Like, you know, there's the one where like Utena and Anthy switch bodies or whatever, right? But for some reason, this one just sticks out as like, for no reason, Nanami just becomes a cow. Like, that's the joke of the episode.
Yeah. Oh man.
And although we have seen some of these like jokey episodes come back, like we're gonna get more of Mitsuru. He's gonna have a real episode soon.
That's true.
And I kind of thought that episode was a joke at the time too.
Yeah, so I guess even
maybe it is continued.
This one, it's like canon things do happen in these.
Do you think
things?
Do you think Nanami the cow is gonna show back up?
Maybe she did with the nose ring and we just missed it.
Oh yeah.
They just didn't show it.
Oh.
She did not learn her lesson.
All right. Any final thoughts about Nanami's cowbell?
Nope. Ready to move on to the serious stuff.
All right. Episode 17 is called The Thorns of Death. We open on Juri looking at her necklace and thinking about or thinking about her crush. She's still not over it because her miracle never happened for her. As a recap, her deal is that she had a crush on her friend that was a girl, and then that girl stole a boy from her, or at least she thought that's what she was doing, and they had a falling out over it.
Yeah, because she like spread a rumor about Juri to get him disinterested.
Yeah.
Which I feel like is not what Juri's fixated on, but it's like, sly behavior.
We cut to Juri at fencing practice, and Utena and Anthy are watching from the second floor because it's like a balcony, kind of. Juri beats Mickey and launches his saber to the second floor. She turns to see Anthy drop the saber back to the team and catches sight of her crush also on the second floor suddenly. And it's like, gasp, she's back. The girl smiles at Juri, but Juri just turns away. And Utena sees this and decides to talk to this girl. They talk, and we learn that her name is Shiori Takazuki. She used to go to Otori Academy, but had to transfer for a while, but now she's back. Utena asks Shiori how she used to know Juri, and Shiori goes into their backstory, saying how awesome Juri was, and how she was her only friend, and how she depended on her so much. But anyway, I don't deserve that anymore. I don't know why I told you all of that, Utena. Bye. And then Utena and Anthy leave. In the basement, Mamiya pokes himself with the thorn of a rose that they have, and Mikage puts his bleeding finger into his mouth.
Uh-huh. Oh, yeah.
Then he's like, oh, wait, did you do that on purpose? And we get a cut of the rose, and we see that it's orange. Mikage says that they need...
I was going to say, just like Juri.
Just like Juri, our orange rose.
Freaking one, she slapped Anthy for trying to give her.
Yep. Mikage says that they need the rose's thorn to beat Utena. And the rose has a parasitic poison that they can use to bait the thorn out. As we cut to Juri, we jump to the student council where Nanami interrogates Mickey about having his sword stolen last episode, and they try to figure out who the Black Rose is. Nanami asks Mickey why he does the stopwatch thing, but he does not answer.
Damn it! Tell us!
But we do get an acknowledgement that he does do this, and other characters watch him do this.
And it's unapparent the reason.
Then she asks if it hurt to have his sword pulled out, and Mickey gets embarrassed because it's a sex metaphor, I guess.
Yeah, we're all getting blushy.
We're all getting blushy.
Hurt.
I don't really know how this metaphor works. Like, are they having sex with the people that are doing this?
I sure hope not, because it was his sister doing it to him.
That's true. But we are describing it that way.
Oh, you mean how they got the sword in them? Or,
well,
no, we can't.
It's a little muddled, right? Because the sword's being pulled out, which is not normally what I associate with sex. But I guess sex consists of putting in and pulling out, so I don't really know.
God. Yeah, I don't. It's interesting.
Maybe it's just embarrassing to have somebody else grasp your heart, which is technically what's also happening. So maybe.
Okay.
But no, sure. Nanami asks if it hurts. That's a thing you say specifically about the physical aspect of sex.
Yeah. Weird.
I don't know.
Weird.
Maybe we'll get more on that later.
Maybe.
Juri is distracted this whole meeting and leaves. She thinks about Shiori's betrayal and tries to process it. Later, Shiori asks Juri if they can talk, and Juri initially tries to leave, but relents when Shiori begins to beg her. They go to the roof, and Shiori tells her that she ended up breaking up with the boy, and now she feels bad that she stole him from her, and she just really wants to reconcile with Juri for old time's sake. Juri's like, is this all you have to say to me? And then tries to leave, but she stopped when a bird slams into the glass door beside her and falls to the ground.
Poor birdie.
Yep. Juri tells Shiori that she never had any feelings for the guy, not now nor before, and that's why there's nothing to be mad about. Shiori asks who's in her locket then. She's like, I can see that you've been looking at it, but Juri leaves, and Shiori looks down at the now dead bird. I wonder if this bird is a symbol for something.
A good point. Good observation, Joe.
This bird's gonna show up again. Juri runs into Utena on the stairs. Yeah.
I forgot. I was like, why is there a bird at this part later? Oh, that's right. I'm an idiot. Continue.
Juri runs into Utena on the stairs, and Utena tells her that maybe she should try to make up with Shiori. She's like, she's really nice when I talked to her earlier and trusts you a lot. Juri comments that Shiori and Utena are alike. They're both cruelly innocent. And then she's like, anyway, stay out of this, Utena. This is none of your business, which is fair.
Yeah.
We cut to Utena talking to Akio, which I guess is a thing she does regularly now. She just goes to see him to talk about stuff.
Don't love that.
She's like, what's Juri's deal? I was just trying to be nice.
You're spilling the tea to the enemy, girl. The enemy.
Yeah, but he's the only person who listens to her. It isn't weird about it, because Anthe also listens to her, but she's kind of weird about it. Akio is kind of normal. I mean, he always turns everything into a space metaphor, which is weird. Which he's about to do now, because Akio comments that Utena is like Ganymede, the boy of the constellation Aquarius, innocent and pure. But innocence can hurt people sometimes, so be careful. Everybody has their own secrets they'd rather not talk about, Utena.
Yeah, Utena.
Juri takes a shower while thinking about Shiori, and the Black Rose boys think that they've almost got her. Later, Juri sits by the lake, looking sad. She takes off her necklace and throws it into the lake, saying that she should have done that long ago. It was her weakness for hanging on to it. We cut to Shiori returning to her dorm room only to find the door open. She goes inside and sees that the window has been opened. The breeze blows over a vase with orange roses in it, and she sees that under the vase is Juri's locket, fished out from the lake. Dun, dun, dun. Shiori goes to...
messed up.
Yeah.
Sorry.
It's messed up.
Sorry.
Shiori goes to Nemuro Memorial Hall for an interview. In the confessional, she talks about how she always hated Juri because she was jealous of her. When she stole that boy from her, she did it partially to get back at Juri. But then she pauses and Mikage tells her to dig deeper. She amends her previous statement saying that Juri was always kind to her, and she interpreted that as Juri looking down on her, which made her feel pathetic. So she tried to get back at Juri, but ended up feeling even more pathetic afterwards. But then she pivots to saying that now she feels like she can look down on Juri, and we see that Shiori has Juri's locket open with her picture in it. She says she's happy to know that her friend's secret and wonders how she can lord it over her. But the elevator keeps going, and she panics, throwing the locket, wondering aloud why Juri likes her. She's like, this situation doesn't make any sense, and she keeps freaking out until she reaches the bottom, and Mikage tells her the only option is for her to revolutionize the world.
This makes me think of if there's like a way to break out of that, or if it's like, once you get in, even if you're not buying into it, they're just gonna friggin' make you revolutionize the world, blah blah blah.
Yeah, well, it seems like the elevator is powered by you confessing more stuff.
Yeah.
And also, I guess I haven't said this because I didn't really notice it that much. In the confessional, there's a picture of a butterfly, and as you get lower down, it like regresses back into a caterpillar, then cocoon, then like a leaf. So regression. You are going the wrong way in the confessional. We cut to Shiori approaching Juri sometime later. Shiori shows Juri the locket and tells her that if she wanted, she would have given her a better photo. Juri gets embarrassed, and Shiori starts to tease her rather cruelly before Juri jerks back and her saber emerges from her chest. Shiori grabs it and Juri passes out. Later, Utena gets a letter beckoning her to the dueling arena. We get the Kogai Shadow Troop. They do a skit about a girl who's embarrassed that her secret got out, that she wears wool underwear, and an angel tries to calm her down, saying it's not that big of a deal, but a devil insists that she'll never live it down, and Utena tells the girl to just stop wearing them.
Wool underwear for women.
This is a thing?
This is a thing you still buy. I just would assume why would it be embarrassing if it's just temperature-wise, right?
I guess. I don't know. It seems not that comfortable.
Heat insulation. Yeah, I feel like it wouldn't be. I don't know. I don't know why that's embarrassing, but not the same.
Not the same. I'm gonna move this bullet point to later. Utena goes to the dueling arena. This time, each bird has a desk, or each desk has a bird on it. Juri tells Utena that this is the real her, the one taking center stage, the one that controls Juri's heart. Utena pulls the sword of Dios from Anthe, and the duel begins. While dueling, Utena asks Shiori why she's doing this if she likes Juri, but Shiori says that people only see one side of Juri, and Shiori has seen that she's stronger than Juri now. And while they're fighting, Utena comments that Shiori is fighting like Juri, which is not necessarily true of everybody else. So.
This seems kind of crappy if it's like they power up from your ally, but like you want your ally to be strong. But if your ally being strong means the enemy's then strong, then that's kind of a waste.
Utena summons the power of Dios and uses it to win the duel. All the birds fly away as Shiori collapses on a red outline. Zip, thud, another morgue body gone. Elsewhere, Juri wakes up and sees her locket. It's the next day and Shiori is acting normal. Utena says this to Anthe. She's like, wow, Shiori sure seems to have changed, but Anthe comments that she hasn't changed at all.
Ooh.
Ominous.
So what is that? Yeah, I was going to say, that just means she's like always been,
well,
because it seems like she doesn't remember. She's just whatever. You finish the episode and then we can talk.
Yeah. Shiori and Juri pass each other and Shiori greets her normally as they walk past each other. Juri stops and thinks about Shiori, wondering if she'll ever get over her as we cut to credits.
I sure hope so, Juri. She's not worth it. Find someone better. That's my stance now. I don't feel good about this girl.
Yep.
But also, Anthe, you're the one who freaking is shady. So whatever.
Yep. All right, what do we want to talk about first?
Explain it to me, Joe. Explain it all. Fly away, birdies. I hope those are real birds, and that many replace the one dead one.
Yep. High survival rate for birds in Utena. Low for kitties.
Nothing.
High for birds.
Okay. Nothing. Don't be a creature in this world.
Okay, so what do you want to talk about?
This girl you think this girl like transferred back by some manipulation of the Black Rose folks?
Probably. That sounds right? Because they're like talking about how they need to use a parasite to coax out the thorn, which I guess is the sword from Juri.
Well, it's like if she's if the parasite, what is it, jealousy or no? It's like, because they didn't talk that way when it was with Mickey, but the next the feelings, love, is that the parasite? I think compared to the next episode.
Yeah, I just thought Shiori was the parasite.
Yeah, but and this one, it's like, oh, we failed, but we'll try that again. Versus, it's been like, let's try something new every time, or supposedly, even though it's all really been the same thing.
Yeah. They frame it like it's different, but it's really just the same. You take somebody that is important to somebody on the student council, and you get them to expose themselves to
like
you.
The level of the relationship strengthens the effectiveness, but it's like, is this more effective? Well, I guess this is romantic love versus like the sibling love, and then the next one seems like the least or the most shallow compared to these other two relationships. So next episode doesn't seem like it would be the escalation of intense feeling. Power up.
I mean, it doesn't necessarily mean that like you possess their heart in a they love you kind of way.
Yeah.
It just seems like they're able to stir something within you.
Yeah.
And take it.
That's true. Or maybe it's most effective because it's a susceptible person. And so the hold is on them.
That's true. Yeah.
Is stronger.
Yeah. They're kind of weak to you.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's fair. Okay, so you want to talk about the comment that Anthe makes at the end here about how Shiori has not changed at all?
Yes. Explain it to me, Joe.
So Shiori's whole deal is that her confessional is kind of weird, right? Because she keeps amending what she's saying. Most of the time, people just talk about like, this thing's happening, and then Mikage's like dig deeper, and then they kind of get further at the true thing that they have to say. Hers is a little odd because she's like, oh, I always hated Juri. She sucks. And then she's like, all right, no, I didn't actually hate Juri. She just looked down on me and I didn't like that. So I tried to get back at her. And then she's like, but now I can see that she liked me, and therefore that gives me a power advantage somehow. But then she amends that again. And it's just like, I don't understand what's happening. Actually, I'm just going to freak out. I don't know why she likes me. I don't know what I'm supposed to do with that. So Shiori has complicated feelings for Juri and is not able to process them. And at the end of the episode, I don't think she has processed them anymore, which is why I think Anthe says that she hasn't changed at all.
But she's also behaving... Because this is only like the day after she transfers here, and she's already like, it's because it's like you don't remember anything that happened, but what happened was huge for revelations. So she doesn't remember that, but then she still, or I guess what the last thing she remembered be Juri just kind of giving her the cold shoulder, and so she's saying hi, and Juri's saying hi, and that's it.
I think so.
Okay.
Yeah. So again, like their thing is not like their problems are not resolved, which is why I think Anthe's like, actually, nothing's changed. Nothing happened. We ended where we began, which I think is mostly true because Juri is also not changed by this.
No. Yeah. More about the opposite person, but not progression within the dynamic of the two.
Yeah. The other thing I wanted to hit. Sorry, go ahead.
Oh, I was going to say, except it would be discouraging if the girl you like finds out you like her and then the reaction is like such a negative one that she gets taken over for this thing, blah, blah, blah.
Yeah, it's certainly not good.
But the student council is still processing on their end what this all means too. So I don't know if she can formulate that much. We don't super overthink things, and we just kind of roll with the punches in Utena world.
Yep. You got to keep moving.
Sorry,
yeah. Well, it sure is the double whammy of like, okay, my friend has a crush on me. My friend that I thought was mad at me actually has had a crush on me the whole time, and that is freaking me out. And also, my longtime friend is gay. I don't really know what to do with it. Am I gay? What's happening here? So there's a lot of confusion.
Yeah, and it's like more because you're like kind of upset by how it went down, and then to find out that it went down, and it probably was harder for your friend because of what you did. Because of these things you didn't know.
Yep. Complicated. All right. So the thing I wanted to hit on here, because this is where I had my thought about this, is about the confessionals and what's going on with them compared to what's going on with the Kogai Shadow Troop stuff. Because so far, the Shadow Troop skits have always been about the character that is going through the thing.
Yeah.
Or having the thing. I guess in this case, maybe this one's about Juri and not Shiori, but they're both related.
That's what I was interpreting. Yeah.
So the thing I'm noting here is like when a character has an underlying issue in this arc, Mikage has them go into the confessional and like confess their feelings honestly for the most part, and like listens to them and then delivers an incorrect and manipulative answer, right? Which is like, you should be taken over by a dead boy and duel this thing for basically our advantage. So it's revolutionized the world. It's bullshit, right?
Yeah.
But he does this like empathetically, right? Because he listened to their whole deal and they feel like they're listened to. So we get the whole practice, or not practice of empathy, but he's going through the motions, right? It's very similar to like Toga performing being a prince. It's like, we're going to perform like we're your friend, like we're trying to hear your problems, but really we're just trying to manipulate you at the end of it. Meanwhile, with Utena, like, she's always presented the superficial interpretation of the same character's issue in the Shadow Troop. It's kind of giving like an allegorical thing or something about what's going on, or like a metaphor for like what the person's going through. But Utena always reacts in like a superficial kind of way.
Yes.
But she gives the right answer, right? Like she gives an answer that is like good or helpful. But it doesn't always fit. And she also gives it kind of callously. She's like, well, why don't you just take them off? Yeah. But like, in this case, your feelings towards someone isn't something you could just remove.
Yep.
And it's like, I mean, she's reacting the same way that like I feel like a teenager would react if you were to tell them a problem you had and they'd be like, oh, well, just do this. So there's like a less level of sophistication. So I just think it's interesting that like the juxtaposition of these two things where like Mikage gives them very manipulative, but like intentionally manipulative support. Whereas Utena is giving them very kind of off the cuff support. She intends to be supporting, but it's not very good because she's not really thinking any of it out.
Nope.
Yeah. And I feel like this is how people get caught into, like, I don't know, cults and stuff like that, right?
Well, and now the added layer of when she's talking to freak dude, what's his name again?
Mikage or Akio?
Yeah, now she's getting additional context there, but we're not really seeing her like pondering that too deeply. He's offering her like a more introspective on the scenario, but that's not them being offered to those.
That's true. He is effective. Like, Akio is giving Utena answers to stuff or kind of suggesting at things, but it's all very vague.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Anyway, I think this is how manipulation happens.
I guess,
I think this is how,
like you said, I guess Utena's just our jock character.
Yeah.
So she just, not overthinking.
Yeah, she is not equipped to handle this, unfortunately. Nope. But this is how, coupled with me watching that Manosphere documentary, I'm like, oh, this is how people get manipulated, is like you present a thing that is like acknowledging some problems people have, and then you just exploit them as much as possible.
Yeah.
Awful. Anyway, that was my little thought there.
I appreciate you talking it out.
Who knows if it'll hold up?
Insightful. No, well, yeah, we'll see.
All right, you want to go to episode 18?
Yeah, look at us. Episode 18.
Episode 18.
We're halfway.
That's right. Episode 18 is called Mitsuru's Impatience. We open up on the student council meeting that's happening in the rain because it's just raining all throughout this episode. They discuss the mysterious new duelist and whether or not End of the World has abandoned the student council because he hasn't said anything to them. Nanami doesn't believe it and then realizes that they got Juri too. And again, Nanami asks Juri what it's like to get your sword pulled in the same way that teens talk about sex. This is definitely happening. They're interrupted by Mitsuru, who shows up to bring Nanami her gym stuff. And Mickey tells her that only student council members are allowed here, and then he and Juri leave. Mitsuru asks Nanami what that was about, but she dismisses him, saying that it's adult talk. In the greenhouse, Anthy is tending to the roses and Utena is reading. Utena sees Mitsuru and Nanami and comments that he's still at it, like being her little butler. She's like, hopefully Nanami appreciates it, and Anthy's like, oh, I'm sure he likes it too. We cut to Mitsuru being scolded by his classmate named Marie for being Nanami's servant. She's like, you can't make her like you by doing that. And he says he knows that doesn't work. He just likes to be around her. Marie's like, you're such a child. But he counters that she's also a child. And then he like makes a comment that she doesn't have a mature body and she slaps him, which deserved.
Yeah. This is so 90s anime though. It's like, oh, let's make fun of a child girl for not having a rack. And
Murray leaves and Nanami enters, asking who that was. Nanami and Mitsuru walk home, and Nanami asks if he has any friends because she's like, you keep hanging out with me. Don't you have other people to hang out with? But he insists that he just likes being around her. And Nanami teases him, saying that Marie girl was cute.
Yeah, I like this dynamic of her trying to maybe kind of push him away gently or encourage him in the right direction.
Yeah. Nanami being kind of cool this episode, and then it ends in a weird way. Later, Mitsuru comes home with a bunch of groceries to make Nanami lunch. Marie sees this and starts eating his chocolate while accusing Nanami of simply using him. He says that if she'll eat this food he's making, he's like, if I make a lunch that she'll eat, I'll be satisfied. While holding a banana, and Marie comments that it's dirty because he's like, if she eats this, I'll be satisfied. She's like, you're holding a banana. That's like a thing.
Good Lord.
But Mitsuru does not understand what that joke means, and she says that he's too young to understand. She leaves, and he's like, you forgot the chocolate, but she tells him to have it. And he's about to take a bite, but stops when he realizes that if he bit where she bit, that would be an indirect kiss. Which is a thing only children concern themselves with.
Yep.
Adults call it cooties.
That's right.
It's the next day, and Mitsuru rushes to give Nanami her lunch, but he finds her talking to Mikage, because apparently Mikage is inviting Nanami to join the seminar, and he's like invited her to talk about it over lunch.
And we know that's not with pure intentions.
No.
Because I feel like she would not make the cut normally.
She would definitely not make the cut. Mikage tells Mitsuru that he can visit the seminar as well, but Nanami says that he's just a kid, so don't worry about him. We cut to Mitsuru at the library. Utena and Anthy find him and ask what he's doing, and he asks them what it means to be an adult. And Utena tries to answer, but just kind of vaguely says it means having experiences in some things. And he's like experiences in what? And she's like, and Anthy is like, oh, come on, Utena, we do lots of adult things, right? And Utena's like, I guess.
Oh, man.
We also get those terrible trio of boys, being weird in the background.
Yep.
Utena goes to see Akio. She tells him about Mitsuru and asks if her wishing for a prince still makes her a child. Akio asks if she thinks she's an adult, and she says she never really thought about that before.
How about you're in middle school, you're a child? How about that?
Akio waxes poetic about how some stars lose their brightness over time, and Utena says his star seems to be bright right now, what with the fiancé and everything, and he somewhat reluctantly agrees.
Yeah, we just saw you macking on that girl not that long ago. Not so hot on it anymore. Why? Because you have your sister?
Because it was all a ploy to get to the planetarium.
Mm-hmm.
We cut to the basement where Mamiya and Mikage are hanging out. They talk about targeting Mitsuru and think he's about to crack. We cut to a movie theater where Mitsuru is watching a supercut of kissing scenes, studying intensely.
Ugh.
Marie shows up and asks him what he's doing, and he says he's gaining experience to become an adult, and she laughs at him. She tells him that he can't get experience by watching other people do stuff. He needs to do stuff himself. Mitsuru uses that as an opportunity to clumsily make a move on Marie, and she slaps him, saying he has no subtlety, and then she runs off, and Nanami sees her go.
Yes, well, he picked up what she was putting down, but not in the way she wanted, I guess.
Mitsuru thinks about what he's learned and is about to take a bite of the chocolate from earlier, but throws it away.
Adults can enjoy chocolate too.
Yeah, but he has to, is he gonna be an adult or is he gonna be a child? What's he gonna be?
Oh.
He gets a knock on the door and it's Nanami asking him what he was doing earlier, and she accuses him of liking Marie. Mitsuru gets mad and says that everybody's been on his case about being a kid. How come he couldn't be the same age as Nanami? He wants to be an adult now and do fun adult things. He starts to tear up and Nanami decides to comfort him, saying that he doesn't need to be an adult. He's fine like he is right now. And I have the note, incorrect buzzer noise.
What?
That's my note. As in, Nanami, this is a nice thing to say to comfort somebody. It is also the wrong thing to say right now.
Yeah. She's trying, kind of.
Good try.
Yes.
Mitsuru goes to Nemuru Memorial Hall for an interview. He talks about how he looks up to Nanami even though she works him hard. But recently that's changed. Now he kind of wants something more from her, but doesn't really understand. And people keep telling him that he's just a kid, and now he wants to be an adult and just understand adult feelings so he can just kick over the whole world. I just hate everything.
What happened to just wanting to be her brother? Where'd that go? What happened to that?
I don't know. Do you think maybe that was not really an expression of how he was feeling because he didn't know any other way to put it?
I mean, put it like that. I guess so.
Perhaps. He reaches the bottom and Mikage tells him that he needs to revolutionize the world. We got to Nanami meeting Mitsuru at the theater. He makes a move on her and she's like, "What's the deal, man? What are you doing?" We see the ring on his finger and Nanami is thrown back and her sword and dagger emerge from her chest. The sword and the dagger, let's go. Mitsuru takes it, dual wielding, an enormous sword based on how tall he is.
They're huge. They're like pirate swords. They're all curved.
Yeah, he's
and
tiny.
Stuff. Yes.
Back at school, Utena finds an umbrella in her locker and opens it to reveal a dueling invitation. We get the Kogai Shadow Troop. They do a skit about a girl who says that she did it and how she's an adult now as actual adults around her react to this news. The joke is that the girl is referring to, is donating blood, and Utena informs us that you can donate blood when you are 16.
Do you like donating blood?
Yes, I haven't done it in a while, but I used to do it a lot. I probably should again.
I get a little anxious with blood draw. I get sweaty hands and racing. I don't know. It's I can do needles and shots easy, but it's takes so long, and it's in your vulnerable part of your little arm nook, and it's draining the life out of you.
I mean, they're not taking that much. Dang. I think donating blood is good and fun. I like it. I like to watch as they stick the needle in me.
Okay, nope, I'm not doing it.
And then I watch the blood come out and I'm like, cool, that stuff's in me all the time.
No, they always are like, "Are you okay?" I'm like, "I'm fine."
Utena goes to the dueling arena and she finds that the desks now have chocolate on them. We see Mitsuru dual wielding, and like with the Nanami duel originally, Mitsuru does not respect the rules of the duel and attacks Utena immediately.
Oh yeah, totally. Also the chocolates, they're being held by what are those things from Animal Crossing? The little dancing things. They look like those holding the.
Those are a thing. I don't know what they are.
Gyroid?
I don't know. They're like little mascot looking guys.
Yeah. I'm like, where'd these guys come from?
Funny. Utena pulls the Sword of Dios and the battle begins. While fighting, Mitsuru tells Utena that to be an adult, a child needs to defeat an adult to become himself, or to become one himself. Which feels like a very Freudian concept to me. But it's the 90s, so I guess that would have been popular. Utena summons the power of Dios and wins the duel. Zip thud, another morgue body gone. It's the next day, and Mitsuru greets Nanami, and she has a reaction which kind of seems to be like she's regarding him as a man now.
I thought this was because now she knows what's like the feeling of the sword and blah, 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 whatever.
Or she had sex, I guess.
Sexual thing that is.
You think it's that? Maybe it's that.
That's what I thought is she doesn't have to ask anymore because she's experienced whatever the hell they're talking about.
That's true. Marie runs by saying that he'll be late, so Mitsuru says bye to Nanami and runs off. Nanami comments that it's warm today as we cut to credits. Yep.
When you know you're an adult when you're having friggin' hot flashes. Nanami.
yeah. That's what it is. Yep.
Oh man, lots of innuendos. These episodes.
Let's see. My note here is that with the Kogai Shadow Troop and the stuff, the big thing about this is there's kind of everybody's discussing being an adult in an inverted way, where it's you're defining being an adult by when you do adult things, as opposed to reality where you do those things because you're already an adult, right? Because not everybody becomes an adult at the same time. And also, the differentiator between an adult and a child really is not as meaningful as you probably think it is. More like a spectrum.
That's 'cause you're a kid. Yeah.
So, yeah.
We haven't seen the girl before, right? His little elementary school girl. I like her.
Yeah, Marie. She's pretty cool.
Yeah. Trying to save him from Nanami's clutches where he's freaking buying. He might as well be an adult. He's buying groceries. He's having a food.
That's true. He's doing all the stuff. He just doesn't understand that a banana kind of looks like a dick if you're holding it like that. Scandal. Yeah.
What is our podcast becoming?
So we're talking about sex pretty explicitly in this episode.
Yes.
About what do kids think about it? What's going on here? I like how Nanami talks about being an adult as if she's an adult, but then she's like, ooh, Mickey, what did it feel like to have your sword pulled out on the other thing? So it's very funny to be she's very much presented to being a child, especially in the Nanami's cowbell thing. But then she'll turn around and act like an adult to an actual child. It's just very funny.
Well, she give up it's almost like Angelica vibes. From Rugrats,
Oh, for sure. She's such a brat.
Yep, she is.
Yeah. But
I can see her being an old lady, especially with her Ojima whatever laugh.
Oh yeah. Yeah. But she doesn't unlike everybody else, she doesn't seem malicious, right? I mean, she is nice to Mitsuru and he's like, why, I just want to grow up and be old. And she's like, oh, you don't have to think that. You're fine how you are, which again, not the right thing to say, but in the right place.
What if she's only being nice to him because her brother's out of commission and she has no one else?
She does seem cooler now that her brother is out of the picture, to be honest. She isn't doing anything terrible to anybody.
Deranged. She's not flapping people anymore.
No.
Yeah.
She's just becoming a cow and asking people what it's like to maybe have sex if that's what's happening. I don't know.
Yeah. What is the show rating for this? Is just for everyone? Age group?
I don't know if they rate shows like that. Do they do that?
I guess it would go over any kids' heads probably.
Because TV shows have ratings in the US from whatever that thing is. I don't know. Revolutionary Girl Utena age rating.
It says, or at least the manga says, older teen. Revolutionary Girl Utena is rated T+ for older teens. and is recommended for ages 16 and up. So that's the
I guess that
manga.
feels right because that's the age of the characters.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm not seeing it anywhere. So maybe they don't. I don't know if they rate shows like that in Japan. Oh, IMDb has it as TV 14, but that's an American rating system. Oh, wait, here we go. Japan, self-applied, PG 12.
Just figure it out on your own. Oh, okay.
Australia, rated at M. What does that mean?
In Australia, well, I feel like Australia is like more harsh on things like this, right? Like with Cyberpunk 2077, the game had to be pretty heavily altered, I think.
Which is crazy because I feel like
Australian release.
Everything I hear about Australians are about
children there are calling everyone dickheads, so it's wild.
Maybe that's why they've like tried to like up the rating
That's
stuff.
True. Well, I could right because they just had or they have where it's like you had to be like social media for teenagers just got cut or whatever. Like they're really coming down on social media for teenagers in Australia. So they're really
all right. So in Australia, they have ratings of general. Content is very mild in impact. Parental guidance, content is mild in impact. And mature, the content is moderate in impact. The highest level is moderate. And then they have MA 15, content is strong, and R 18. All right. So this is a mature, not recommended for children under the age of 15. Canada's 13 plus, Germany's 12, Japan's 12, Mexico is B. I don't know what that means. Singapore is 16, Spain 13, Taiwan 6 plus. What does that mean? UK 15, US 14. So like teens, basically in middle school. Basically, this is for middle schoolers and up.
Have you read the little things at the end of the omnibus of Revolution? I like the first sentence from the author is Utena is an odd work.
Yeah.
It's the first part.
Yep.
Yeah, it's kind of a bizarro series. I think we're having fun with it so far.
Yeah, it's pretty good.
Yeah,
it's pretty good.
And
I mean, we're seeing
a few days after this comes out, our manga coverage on Manga Talk will come out. So more attention.
Oh yeah, we'll have more to say about it. Yep.
Yeah. Sorry. Continue with your profound.
No, that was pretty much it. I mean, I think I don't know. I don't think I have anything to update about. Like, again, it's like people. I mean, this Mitsuru's a boy.
I guess we did get the scene when she's fighting Mitsuru where we see more flashing of the actual princes within Utena when fighting. Like,
oh, yeah.
Is the connection getting stronger or like we're just getting more of a visual indication that he's in there?
Yeah. I mean, she is progressing in her, because we know how how it works is she has to win a certain number of duels, right?
Yeah.
And it supposedly gets more powerful as the number of duels goes up, I guess. So, yeah, that tracks.
What if it's like they're the fiance, but that's just because they're the vessel and the prince is actually Anthe's fiance? And once they hit that number of fights, then he takes over like the host's body or something. And the lieutenant's trapped in her prince or something like that. Maybe.
That's very sinister.
Ooh, spooky. Maybe.
Yeah.
Sweet. Cool.
Yep. We only got 2 student council members left.
Episode crazy. What? Oh, well, we're going to get friggin' both of them to come back. I guess is Saionji going to come back first, and maybe he's coming back on behalf of, like, in his mind, a friend of Toga's to come and kind of try and break him out of his funk.
Yep. I mean, we haven't seen Toga and we haven't seen Saionji.
Nope.
And those are the 2 student council members left.
This is what you get, Toga, for being a little shithead.
Yeah, get out of here.
Man. Well, we'll just have to find out next time.
We'll have to find out next time. Yep. I think we're good. Rate us 5 stars.
Sweet.
Hey, you listener, you had a good time for the last hour and whatever. Rate us 5 stars. Give us that 5-star rating from it. I know you're like, you're like, oh, I'll do it later. Maybe you don't do it. Maybe it's easy to forget. I don't know if I've done it for every podcast I've ever listened to. Probably not. But you should take the time right now and go do it.
Please.
And leave a comment. And also you can send us emails at shoujopod@gmail.com if you want to say other things to us.
Yep. Yes, please do.
What did we learn?
What did we learn? That I was an atypical teenager that did not have sex on the mind constantly like all these kids do. I've
you learned that?
Touching my pearls and I'm 32. I'm like, oh my God. You actually learned, Joe. Have you ever prepared one of these in advance?
No, I've never prepared one of these in advance. I always do it off the dome.
Make sure you check that's not a phony. Fancy brands probably have guides on how to check for authenticity of their products, so you're not getting scammed or turned into a cow.
I hate it when that happens.
Yeah.
You know what? Maybe she had a point. If you're gonna have a locket of somebody you have a crush on, maybe try to get a good picture out of them. Don't use like a school group photo. Try to actually like get them to take a picture with you somehow. So it's like good. Maybe she's like facing the camera at least, you know. If you found a locket, if you found that somebody had a locket of you in real life, how would you feel about that? I feel like that's like
I feel like
bad.
I would not feel great about it.
Yeah.
Be like, oh dear.
Yeah. Don't wear a locket.
Oh, no.
Don't wear a locket with your crush's face in it. Just write in your diary like a normal human being.
Your dog or
just
something.
write in your diary about how you like a person. That's normal. You don't need to have a photo of them in a locket that you wear around your neck all the time, especially if it's been years.
Yeah.
Just journal.
Yeah.
Always journal.
We had I guess in the flashback we did see Juri used to have straighter hair. Yeah. The ringlets are a new thing. What do we think? Do we like the old hair better or the new hair?
I do like Juri's persona as like a fancy lad or as like a fancy like woman from a different time period.
Yeah.
I think that's funny, but it doesn't look as good. I just think it's funny.
Well, valuable lessons learned. I'm sure we'll all
bring back retro haircuts.
Apply to our daily lives.
Just do it. Your hair is normal now. What if it could be weird and curly like Juri's is? You could do that. Yeah, sure. It's probably like an enormous amount of work to do that every day for basically no payoff. But, you know, we're all going to live and die. Might as well adopt a weird haircut.
How else are you going to get a model job to have a fancy necklace that you're going to pretend you don't care that you have?
That's when it pays off. For sure.
Yes. Upstage someone at their own announcement party.
Get their ass. All right.
Cool. Well, okay. Well, that is the episode today, folks. Catch us next week and make sure you watch episodes 19, 20, and 21.
Yep. See what happens next.
Yeah, we'll catch you later. Bye.